guess there's maybe two more little drills. One would be what we like to say, let's back up a little bit. And it's about intention. I'm going to take my weight right through him across the room. Now, one of the two of us is going to go that direction. And really what it amounts to is whoever can control the buttons and hooks the longest and release them when they want will send the opponent that direction. So I'm taking my weight, here I come. I flushed, he went for the hook on the neck, I bent, one of those few exceptions where you bend the spine, and he didn't have a hook to grab onto, and so he lost. It was very close though. If he'd gotten the hook, then I would have lost. And so this is an example of where it's very difficult to control the weight once it gets moving, and whoever has the upper hand with the control of the buttons and hooks that we've built in on orange and green, they're going to be the ones that come out on top.
I would just recommend that probably is good for late green belt, wouldn't you say? Right. Maybe even going into purple belt somewhere.
Right.
But again, I think what we've tried to emphasize here tonight is really to break the chi sao into various levels, various ways for the student to understand the various underlying concepts better so they don't get frustrated, so that they understand a little bit about why they're doing what they're doing, and then building upon that understanding so that they can really be able to exploit the flow and the balance and the stance that we want students to have. That's going to, as we mentioned before, transform, we feel, lots of their physical art. And who knows, maybe even their mental art as well.
Right. One time, Master Dusenbery called Chi Sao the undercurrent of everything in our art. And I think that's absolutely true. And what we've kind of come up with this Chi Sao test in almost everything we do these days, whether it's collar grabs or sparring combinations. We say, okay, are you breaking the spine, the plane of the spine? If so, then we need to re-examine that technique. There are a few exceptions, but not many. We also take a look at some of the collar grabs and say, are you attacking a button or a hook? And usually the case is yes.
Now, certainly sparring is rife with good possibilities, applications for Chi Sao. As multiple as, we hope that all students are not just putting Chi Sao, you know, as an entity unto itself and then they do their other things, but we want them to integrate the lessons learned. And we should also emphasize too, which I did at the very beginning, is that where do we place the Chi Sao exercise? It really is placed at the very beginning of the drill set. Why? Because we don't want the students to get into their hard karate nature. We'd like them to start with their fundamental Chinese nature, the soft power things that we're trying to develop. And then they can hopefully sprinkle the knowledge in amongst the other drills up above so that they're not just always doing the karate approach, which is the hard system.
In that part of the class too, it also reinforces the tension relaxation. You've got the tension of the basics, then you take the break and you come back and now you're doing the relaxation. And the objective with Chi Sao is always to stretch the spectrum so that somebody can tense more tensely and relax more relaxedly. Very good. So
I never heard that word, but we'll invent it. It's invented here.
There you go.
Thank you very much, everyone. Good luck with all your studies and also with your curriculum development projects. Great.